what we're going to do, Ellie's recorded some songs for a festival she's participating in. She recorded them yesterday. So we're going to listen to Ellis's songs today via the recording. So you'll get to hear what she's playing. And so we're doing this. I wanted to give the girls a chance to play in front of a live audience. They haven't had that for 2 years. It's been a struggle. And I know we're not very many of us, but because we're not, I can have it here. We can have some nice refreshments when it's over and just kind of be informal and let them have a chance to experience playing in front of real people instead of in front of a camera. And we have some awards and certificates to present after the recital is over. So how about we go ahead and get started, and then we can have refreshments. Will that work?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go right down the list, and Sophia is going to play first. And what we're gonna do is each person is playing multiple pieces, and so if you'll hold your applause until they finish their second piece, then they'll get up and take a bow after the second piece. Okay? All right, Sophia, you may go ahead and start. from my husband, we are going to hear Ellis. Let me tell you a little bit about what this video is. There are 2 different festivals that I have students that participate in. Do you want to put the top down and set it up there, or are you going to set it up here?
I don't know.
Okay, good. One is the National Federation of Music Clubs, and they have festivals in the fall and the spring, and that's what Piper and Sophia did. They did the folk song last fall and the piano solo this spring. And both of them received superior ratings in both, which is awesome. Ellis has done that in the past, but she was not able to participate this year because of a swim meet. However, she did enter, there's another group called the Alabama Music Teachers Association, and they do a festival just in the spring. The requirements for that festival are a little more extensive. There is a theory requirement. You have to learn scales, arpeggios, chords and inversions, cadences, and intervals. And the older you get, the more keys you have to learn all those in. And so she had been doing the theory, and so she learned the theory, and then you have to play 3 pieces. So she did that and received an outstanding rating, which is the highest you can get. So now she's going to go on to the state level. That was district. And at the state level, you play the same 3 songs, but you're judged a little bit stiffer, I guess, a little bit more intense. And so these are the 3 songs that Ellis is playing for the state festival. And it is not an in-person. She did play in person for the district, but the state is a video because some districts were doing video instead of in person. And so this is the video we're going to submit for her state audition.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Oops, we need to restart.
Sorry.
There we go.
My name is Ellis McGraw, and first I'll be playing Sunset in Madrid by Randall Hartzell, then Bourrée by Christoph Graupner, and then Chanson by Nancy Fiedler.
Ellis is a freshman.
Yeah, very nice, yeah.
And she did that, she played that, we were gonna do more than one take. It has to be one complete video, you can't stop in between songs. And we were gonna do two, because she wasn't sure, she had some, when she played for district, that second piece has just been hard for her to memorize, and she had some slips. But she did that the first take, and we were like, we're not gonna mess with it, we're gonna keep that. Anyway, well, I said it'd be short and sweet, but I have certificates and trophies to present to you all today. Sophia participated in 2 festivals this year. She did the Folk Song Festival in the fall and received a superior rating. And she did piano solo in the spring and also received a superior. This is your 2nd consecutive year to receive a superior rating in piano solo and folk song too. So congratulations, Sophia. Come on up here and get your certificates. Congratulations. Good job. Here we go. And Piper, you received superior in folk song and superior in piano solo. This is your 3rd consecutive year for both of those. So you have certificates. Come on. Here we are. And the Federated Music Clubs also has what they call gold cups. And if you get 5 points for each superior rating. And so when you've completed 3 years of superior ratings, you receive your first gold cup. And Piper, this was your 3rd year for both. And so you have a gold cup for folk song solo and a gold cup for piano solo. So come on. Yay. You got both of them. Congratulations on everything. So next year, Sophia, you'll be having a couple of those. So see, you work and you complete, the more you do, the bigger the award gets. So I'm very proud of all of them, and I wish Ellis the best. They won't judge her state competition until May. But I'm proud of all of my students. I'm proud of both of these girls. I think one thing you'll notice is they play with expression. That's not an easy thing to do sometimes. It's easy to get the notes and the rhythms, but to get the articulation and the expression into it and to use it to get feelings, to express your feelings and express the feeling of the piece. That's a little more difficult, requires a little more insight and a higher level of thinking. So I'm proud of both of them, and I hope they will continue. Before we get food, I'm not teaching next week because I'm knee-deep in panoply prep and am more involved with that than I've ever been before. So I'm not sure what my schedule's gonna be, so I just decided we'd take a week off and we'll finish April the first week of May and then see where we go after that.
And I wanted to kind of, in this group, tell you that we appreciate you continuing to have these lessons for our children during the pandemic, and thank you so much.
We learned a lot about distance and teaching.
All of us persevered, but you didn't have to do that, and you put forth that extra effort, and then all your community kind of things that I've learned a little bit more.
That's gotten to be a bigger job this year than it ever has been. It's about to be more than I signed on for, but I've enjoyed it. I am, I don't know that we've ever talked about this, but I'm the director of something called the North Alabama Arts Education Collaborative. It's a nonprofit through Arts Huntsville that we try to go into schools, particularly schools that are inner city, urban, and in rural areas where the kids don't have access to a lot of music or arts experiences, any kind of arts. Madison County is a big county, and I've never known a lot about some of those areas, but having this job go into places like Walnut Grove way up in the northeast and Gurley out east, and seeing these schools where these kids are, they can't go 2 blocks and get to a dance studio or a piano studio, or some of those kids out in Gurley they just don't come into town. They took a field trip to the Space and Rocket Center, and that's the first time they'd ever been there. We don't realize how isolated some of our areas just 20 miles or so away from us are. So bringing arts to those kids and helping the teachers know ways that they can bring arts in is what I'm working on. That's kind of what I do, and I work part-time doing that. But I love teaching piano, so I have to do some of that too. I just have to. Y'all can leave your stuff where it is or put it on the floor, but come get some little cakes and
What's your
stuff.
role in Pansley?
Right, this year, I've never had it, this year they have what they call, there's a student activity tent, STEAM activities. And so I came up with this, I learned about it last year. It's these little kits called Makey Makey. It's a little computer controller board. You plug it into a computer, then take alligator clips and plug them up to fruits and vegetables, and you can touch the fruits and vegetables and they'll play notes on a keyboard. So that's what we're hooking up. That's our activity that we're dealing with. So anyway, come have food. You deserve it. Come.
Thank you.
Instead of paying rent,
That's my first. Are you going?
yes, they are. They're making metaphors. And would y'all please take some of this leftover Easter candy home? I have it left over, so grab some and take it with you when you go. Those are cheese straws. Yeah, I thought you would, so don't help yourself, there's plenty. Well, I like this better. You may, come on this way. We got this, Sadie's been good so far, but Cal, right back there on the left. You're welcome. Are they good, Sophia? Do you like those? I'm gonna tell you some of my favorite things. I like them a lot. Y'all go back in there and sit down and come back and get some more. So where's your dog at? She's in the back, so that's why she's behaving herself. We were gonna put her outside if she didn't. Sophia likes Sadie a little better than Molly. Molly's kinda scary, isn't she, sometimes? Yeah. Molly is my daughter's dog. Here, let me move that so you can see
So-
them.
How are your children doing?
They're doing well.
Sometimes I'll see a car, like
Yeah.
holiday kind of stuff.
Lauren is married and she teaches math and computer science at Fairhope High School in Fairhope. And Liz and she and her husband Zach live in Daphne. And so she's finishing the year. And Amanda, my younger daughter, she finished her master's last spring, and she is a middle school choir director, like her mom was, I guess. Anyway, she is at Austin
Well, be careful. Get that
Austin
off.
Middle School in Decatur. It's just 6th and 7th grade,
Okay.
and she does choir there. And so she and I went to a show last night. A friend of hers teaches at Sparkman, and she was doing a little play, Emma the Musical, and it was real cute. But anyway, but they're doing well,
Good.
doing fine.
Wow.
So Piper, are you riding any?
She rode today.
Did you
9:30.
really? Oh
Yeah,
my
she rides a
goodness.
Mustang.
No, I didn't know that.
Its name is Spirit, just like in
Oh
the
my
movie.
goodness.
And
Cool. I knew you were looking for another horse, a different horse. So I hadn't checked with you to see if you'd found him yet.
you have to be a pretty good rider to ride this horse because
Mm.
it's kind of a green Mustang.
Okay, so you gotta know how to tell him what you want him to do, right? Yay.
We're gonna go back home and plant flowers.
Yeah, we need to get ours before they get picked over. So anyway, we need to do that, cause I know next week we won't have any. Won't be able to. So we will see.
They're gonna go see that play, what's it called? High School Musical.
Oh, who's doing that?
Chicky Choo.
Okay, okay. I did not know that. Yeah, the ninth grade, I don't think at Sparkman had ever done a musical before. And so they did a pretty good job of this. It was cute. I missed, my dad was ill, and so I missed Anastasia and Hunchback. I didn't get to go see those or Sister Act that the Huntsville city schools, high schools were doing. And I know Hazel Green did You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. So, and JP too, and what did Randolph, I don't know what Randolph did. I think they did something, but I don't know what it was.
They're gonna, well, she's gonna miss it because they have a 7th and 8th grade,
Mhm.
7th, 8th grade field trip
Oh, okay.
to St. Louis.
Oh my.
And then, but she's got an HCCA choir, it's
Oh.
gonna be in Randolph on the 9th,
Okay.
they leave, so.
Oh dear. So, hey, what are y'all singing for spring? What's HCCA singing? What are you working on now?
Just the songs?
Yeah, what are they?
Somewhere in the radio.
Mhm.
PASU.
Okay, I like PA music. You can go get some more if you want some. Please go.
That was all?
No, there's one.
Entras por ese registro. Mueves inmediatamente a tu izquierda.
Continue.
Press button, come on, Taylor. There you go, sweetie. The lights are on.
I'll wait for January.
I did not. I'm off and I cheated.
Thank you. You did very good.
Thank you.
I like how it seemed like you are just
Quiet.
yeah, quiet, but you are. ¿Cómo se dice acaricio?
Light.
¿Cómo se dice acaricio? Like when you are doing this.
Thank you.
I asked my girl, how did you say this? She speaks better English than I do.
Sophia's dad teaches Spanish at Alabama
But
A&M.
he's Japanese.
Huh?
So Sophia speaks 3 languages, parts of them. She is trilingual. She is a very accomplished little lady here.
Michael wants to speak Japanese.
You speak, you want to speak Japanese? He's teaching Japanese at UAH.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
Yeah.
He's busy then.
Yeah, he
That's awesome.
started last summer.
They did have, I thought at one time they had Japanese at ASFL in Huntsville City, cause it was science and fine, but I don't know if they still do or not, I don't know.
Did Piper tell you that she's going to ASCTE next year?
No,
She got accepted into the program.
that's
I
awesome.
wish she would tell you some of these things. So the deadline was, I think it was January 1st, I believe. But it didn't open up until the 1st of December.
So,
And it was like a college application.
okay, so this is Alabama School of,
It's cyber.
you need to talk to Ellis, cause that's where she goes to school. They applied, she went to Randolph through 8th grade and then she applied and got in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
So she's going to be her sophomore year.
I think that's right, sophomore, junior, yeah, she's 14, she'll be a
Okay,
sophomore.
because they were accepting freshmen and sophomore only, because they
Yeah.
already had the junior senior
Yeah,
class.
mm-hmm,
So, so she'll be a freshman.
okay, okay.
And,
Yeah, she was telling me, she's loved it, she really likes it. Matter of fact, she has her lesson at 2 o'clock on Fridays, cause they get out at noon on Friday.
So she must be older then, because they only have freshman, sophomore right now. They-
Oh, she told me that no, it's the other way, she told me they started with just that, and they were gonna let them grow up and be the older. They started with freshman and sophomore, and then they were gonna add,
Maybe she's a sophomore then.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what it is.
maybe so.
Yeah, because the upcoming senior class will be next
Yeah.
year for senior class. Her senior year, they do, what's it called? Yeah, an internship, but they still have, you know, some classes too.
Yeah.
but-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then she had to do an interview kind of thing, questions. It was a lot. to
Well,
get
you
there.
ought to talk, y'all ought to chat sometime. We should get y'all together, cause she's really enjoyed it. And, they just had their spring dance last week, and she went, they had it at the Botanical Garden, and she was showing me pictures of her and some of her friends. The little boy she went with, he's from Birmingham, and so,
I drove by this week and it looks like they were pressure washing outside. And I could see where the dormitories are and they're not finished at all. So they're just, you know, they're supposed to be in there and, well, first day of school is August 24th for these guys.
okay. Well, congratulations, Parker, that's exciting. And it's a small world, so, yeah, y'all will have to compare notes, and maybe she can give you some insight on some of the activities and things that they do, but she's been real pleased. Yeah. That's crazy that I have two students that.
Yes,
That's
yes.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I wanna go outside so bad. Why?
What is that? That's why.
Every time when I'm cold, I go outside, I get lost.
It's the cyber engineering school.
Okay, I'm gonna take them.
Yes, it's only been open for 2 years. And they've had a
Get right in there and
makeshift
get my thing.
school at Oakwood
I'm sorry.
University.
Heather,
And,
thank you.
they're moving into the new facilities across the street from those Southern